the second of our Challenge and Expert series, our expert is Nick Sandqvist, successful international player and stalwart of the New Tricks team. Hopefully you've seen him in our Battle of the Partners and International Teams Challenge series, and learned from the in-depth analysis in his own ViewGraph's Greatest Hits videos. His challenger is Rajath Shourie, a US-based businessman and experienced bridge player. Good luck to both, and let's kick off with board 1.
Okay, so I've been challenged by Rajath to 8 boards on BBO. Let's see what we can do. I've requested a different robot than last time because I had a few problems. Okay, so partners open the diamond, has gone pass. I have a 15 count. And the question, of course, is, should I start with my longest suit, which is clubs, or my better suit, which is spades? I believe that if I force the game with 2 clubs, I can always get around to showing spades later. So despite the suit being poor, I'm going to choose 2 clubs. Two diamonds, and now, of course, I can show my spades. I'm going to try today not to be so cute with the robots, because last time I tried to bid well with them and it was a complete disaster. So I get preference to 3 clubs, and we need a hard stop for 3 no trumps. If he's got really good values, we could also make 6 clubs, but that would mean he's got nothing in diamonds. He would basically need ace king 1 club and the ace of hearts. It's unlikely. So it would appear I shall ask for a hard stop with 3 hearts, I hope. This is where I need to hover. Forcing to 3 no trump. Well, okay, 3 plus hearts. Well, I can't think of anything else. Okay, I believe I have to pass that. Made a mental note here, don't be cute. Okay, he's got a hard stop, so that's good. But he hasn't got a hand, so that's bad. Let's see. If we forget about clubs, we've got 3 diamonds, maybe 3 spades and a couple of hearts, that's 8. It's going to need a 9th anyway. It would appear I need to do something with the club suit. But entries to dummy, remember this is upside down now. Entries to dummy are scarce. Of course, I'm not forced to play clubs from dummy. I could try clubs from hand as well. What do I do with the spade lead? 5 from 11 is 6. I'm looking at 5 of them. So if it's 4th highest, West should have 1 higher than the 5. I'm going to play small, expecting them, if they win, to return a heart, which is not so bad. It's another trick for them, but at least it gives me my second hard trick. It also takes away an entry to dummy. So, clubs or diamonds? Well, I mean, I could set up a trick in diamonds if they are 4-3, but I get huge entry problems. If I take the ace of diamonds and then leave ace king of spades in the dummy, I may not ever get to them. And if I take them, I'm probably setting up spade winners for them. So I can't do that, so I'm going to have to go for the club suit. And I don't think I can afford any luxuries in the club suit. I may have to play for clubs 2-2 with the ace on side. Well, the ace was on side. And they were 2-2, so lucky me. Can I claim now? I should be able to claim, right? There's the claim. Okay, a little bit lucky. But the plus score is a plus score. I'm not used to getting plus scores with the robots at all, so I'm happy with that.
Little bit hairy in spots there, but it looks like a pretty normal contract, which Rajath is likely to reach too. Let's see how he does.
Okay, first board. I have 15 high card points. My partner's opened, so we should be in game of some kind. And I'm going to start by bidding a spade. Okay, 2 diamonds from partner. I think maybe I'll bid 3 clubs. It says it's forcing. Yeah, 3 hearts. Shows 4 plus hearts. So I think we can end up in 3 no trump and see how that works out. Okay, so my partner has 12 high card points. The lead is a 3 of hearts. Presumably that is from length, maybe a 4th best. And I have 2 top spade tricks. Should get 2 heart tricks. 4, I should get 3 top diamond tricks. 7. So I'll have to set up clubs. And it looks like I might want to unblock the ace of diamonds as well, just so that I can make sure to cash my diamonds when I get to dummy. Okay, 10 of spades. That's helpful, I think. It's 3. I now have 2 more spades, 4, 5. I have a club 6 and 3 other top tricks. So just have to make sure I cash them. Now play up to a king. If the clubs fall 2-2, then I should have the rest of the tricks. And they do, so I think then I can claim.
Hi, Raja. Thanks for challenging me. The first board, I don't think there was too much in the play, but I was curious to hear what you bid over partner's 1 diamond opening. If you bid a spade or 2 clubs?
Yeah, I bid a spade. And then when they rebid 2 diamonds, then I bid 3 clubs, and we ended up in 3 no trump, which seemed like the sensible contract.
Yeah, no, it is the right contract. I was just curious because I agree with bidding my better suits, and I don't like starting with 2 clubs on a hand that may get to slam on such a weak suit. But it was 2 cards more, so I really wasn't sure. I think maybe also lots of people are split down the middle there. Some bid 2 clubs and some bid 2 spades. But I guess in the play,
Yeah, there wasn't that much in the play. I think, fortunately, with clubs 2-2 and my left-hand opponent hopping up with the ace, that made life a lot easier. It could have gotten tricky with entries and so on if clubs had not broken and they hadn't hopped up with the ace and so on. But fortunately, they made my life easier, and hopefully
absolutely. Did you play it from the south hand?
I did.
On a what lead? They led
a heart, yeah.
Okay.
They led a heart. They won the king, and then after that, I decided that I needed to at some point unblock and then set up the clubs. But the real key was to try and set up the clubs as quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. You were probably playing it from a better hand than I was. I got it from the north hand, and they messed a bit with my communication by leading a spade from east, which I decided to duck to the 10, and now they played heart. So they had really messed my communication. I think I needed clubs 2-2 with the ace on side in the end. I was kind of in a desperate situation, but I guess I got a little bit lucky. It only cost me an imp.
Well, I think honestly I might have needed it too, but at least I definitely needed it to not have to think too much.
Yes.
I would have had to think a lot more if
yes, and we don't want to have to think on the first board. It's good board.
I was just happy that it that it all played out okay.
Indeed.
So everybody's happy. It's like an episode of the Brady Bunch, apart from all the bidding and card play. Rajath gains an imp there to give him a small early lead. Board 2 was passed out by both players, so on we go with board 3.
I'm first again. Clearly one heart opening. It's game forcing, right? I'm just checking. Forcing to 3 no trumps. Okay, that's game forcing. 2 hearts, 3 hearts, or 4 hearts. I do have 7 of them, but they're not very good. Now, I like to jump to 3 hearts to show a very good suit, so I'm not going to do that. If I jump to 4 hearts, I think it should show a hand that really only knows it wants to play in 4 hearts, and this is not it either. I mean, for example, if partner's got a massive diamond suit, I got a couple of nice aces and some cards for him, so I'm just going to rebid 2 hearts. So 2 no trump basically says, explain my hand a bit more. Now I haven't shown my 7th heart, so I could jump to 4 hearts. I could rebid 3 hearts, or I could raise to 3 no trumps. Well, he's got diamonds, and I got 2 turn black suits with a couple of honors in both of them. I don't think I need to show my 7th heart here. I'm happy to raise to 3 no trumps. I'm always happy to raise to 3 no trumps, by the way. Some of you know that already. Okay, and again, we're playing it upside down. His clubs are not great. Okay, so briefly looking at something like 4 hearts, we seem to be much better off there. We got a club, a spade, and hopefully only 1 heart. So I wish I'd been in 4 hearts. It's maybe my fault for not jumping to 4 hearts. But now the task is to try and make 3 no trumps. Start with the jack of clubs, obviously. It does happen they underlead king, queen. Or find a switch. Well, that's some switch. That's one of the weirdest attempts at the Merrimack coup I've ever seen in my life. As far as I know, in some old war in South America, the defenders sank a boat right at the entry to their harbor to stop the opponent's fleet getting out, I believe. And if you imagine this boat sinking to block the whole harbor, that's what they call it. That boat was called the Merrimack. And that's why this coup is called the Merrimack. Basically, you play a very high card to force the other side to take it, and thereby messing with their entries. And it's usually intended to just knock out an entry to one hand. They can't afford to duck it. So, for example, on this occasion, if he was desperate to knock out the entry to my hand, the Clare's hand, the north hand, where the diamonds were, then a small spade wouldn't have done the job. He had to play the king of spades, and that's the Merrimack, the boat. So it's called the Merrimack coup. leaving clubs alone and switching to the king of spades. Okay, well, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say thank you. Now, the question is, how do I play these hearts? I want to play the first one to the ace, don't I, in case there's a singleton king. I can come back with the diamond and play another one up. But what if hearts are 4-0 on side? King jack to 4 on side, then a heart to the ace is a disaster. But maybe yes, I can cope with that if I start by running the 10. Okay, so either start with a heart anyway. The 4 is missing. Why would he play the 7 from King Jack 7-4? Well, he might. But I don't know what's going on with the spade switch. I mean, the King of Spades is supposed to be advanced robots. So if I run it, it loses to the Jack. I don't know what to do next time. That's the problem, of course. I'm going to play the ace and hope our hearts are not 4-0. Come back with the diamond. And see what happens in the heart suit. There we are. Okay, so I might have made a contract anyway if they return the club, because hearts were 2-2 with the king on side. So that's a bit of a shame. But now I can claim. 2+ scores with the robot. It's clear I'm not playing with the same robot as last time. This one has actually played the game before.
Nice little snippet of naval history there from Nick, whose famously deep-seated love of 3-note trumps has taken him to what looks like a less normal contract this time. Over to you, Rajath.
13 high card points. I have a 7-card heart suit, and so I can open a heart. 2 diamonds for my partner. That should be a 2/1 game forcing response. It is. What would 3 hearts be here? How would they take that? No, that's strong. Stronger than I have. Four hearts. They play a 7-card heart with 11+ points, which seems to describe my hand correctly. Yeah, I'm just going to bid 4 hearts. Okay, it looks like I have 1 club loser, no diamond losers, 1 spade loser, and some number of heart losers, possibly 1, possibly none. Hopefully not 2. So we will win the ace of clubs, lead up towards dummy and diamonds, and take a heart finesse. Well, that was nice. No club loser. Now I think I can just play the ace of hearts. And the maximum I could lose is 1 more heart, 1 spade, and I should have my card. Okay, Queen of Diamonds drops, so that means the rest are good. Making 12. I wonder if I missed something there. I don't think so, but we'll have to see. I did think about what to do here, but I just ended up picking what I thought was a practical bid of 4 hearts, and we played it there.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable. I discussed both 2, 3, and 4 hearts as a rebid at my table. I elected 2 hearts, and with 3 hearts, I would bid here on a very, very good suit to tell partner he doesn't have to worry about trump. So I think it's either 2 hearts or 4 hearts, and I thought maybe the hand was a little bit too rich in controls to just say I want to play 4 hearts, nothing else. Because if partner had a big hand with a big diamond suit, it could be that my 2 aces were valuable to him. So I elected 2 hearts, but I mean, one of the alternatives is clearly 4 hearts. And then my partner asked for more information with 2 new trumps. And now, because I was 7-2-2-2, I elected to bid 3 new trumps. And that was probably quite a poor choice. But also, my Robert bid a hand very strangely. He responded 2 diamonds to my 1 heart. And when I rebid my hearts, he didn't bid his 4-card spade suit. He preferred 2 new trumps with 2 small clubs. And that looks odd to me. But that's what the Roberts do to me. So there we are. Anyway, yeah. 4 hearts that you bid was a much better contract than 3 new trumps. I was in real trouble in 3 new trumps, and I needed a bit of luck in the end.
Yeah, and the 4 hearts played fine. Actually, the robots were friendly to me. They led me a club, and then they helpfully ducked into my ace jack, and so I ended up scoring 1 trick more than I deserved.
Okay, well, they were friendly against me as well, because look at this. I played 3 new trumps from the north hand, and they led a club, and I didn't like it at all. So I tried to jack of clubs, and they won the king. Now they shifted to the magical king of spades.
Yes. Well, they have the tendency to do that. I'm glad that they gave you a break, because I find sometimes they do give people breaks, and I definitely got a few. So
yes, okay. Well, I need defenses like that to make my contracts these days, so I'm not complaining at all.
I kind of suspected Rajath might not play that one in 3 no trumps. There are a few such dedicated adherents to Hammond's law that if 3 no trumps is a reasonable option, you should bid it, as Mr. Sandqvist. Another imp to Rajath there, and on to the next.
I got another good hand. What have I got? 21. And the diamond opening on my left pass to me. I got 21, he's got about 12, leaves about 7 maximum for partner. So partner is not going to be able to do very much. Now I can do several things here. I can jump to 3 new trumps. It's certainly not out of the question. I mean, okay, I will look ridiculous when he cashes ace king jack to 6 diamonds, but I am protecting an awful lot of things in my hand. Ace queen, ace queen, ace queen, and queen 10 of diamonds. Now, if partner has a card in diamonds, the no trump should be played from our hand. So if you pick your partner with something like a flat hand with only king to 3 diamonds, then we must play 3 no trumps from my hand. Now, I think I'm talking myself into just bidding 3 no trumps. I wonder what 2 no trump shows here. 19-20 points, stop in diamonds. No. Okay, and the other way to go, the more normal way to go, would be to double. He bids a spade, I bid 2 hearts. And see what happens. I can bid 3 no trumps later. That's true. But he might also pass 2 hearts when we make game. Oh, I'm not sure about anything. All right, I'm gonna stick with this, because otherwise my students will be very disappointed and wondering why I didn't just bid 3 no trumps. So I'm going to bid 3 no trumps. I'm going to close my eyes and hope for a diamond stop. Yep. But 4 hearts is not going to be very good either, most likely. Could be. Okay, let's see. They haven't actually taken more than 1 diamond yet. They have now. Well, 4 hearts was making, wasn't it? But are we going to get there? I double, he bid 2 clubs, I bid 2 hearts. He's got a 4 count with king 1 heart. Well, even if they don't get that, they go plus on the board in 2 hearts at the other table. Claim rejected. Hearts breaking badly. And that could be good news for me. Ah! Okay, so double and playing 2 hearts would have saved the day.
Sadly, the technique of closing your eyes and manifesting a diamond stop failed today, but at least your students will be reassured that your intrepid spirit remains undaunted.
Okay, on to board number 4. Big hand, 21 points. My left-hand opponent opened a diamond, and everyone has passed it around to me. I think I'm going to start with a double and then take it from there. Bouncing double just shows 9+ points, but we can obviously bid on. I wonder how they would play a Q here. 18+ total points. So my options really are a Q bid or to bid hearts, and I think maybe I'll just bid hearts, and that gets the point across. Okay, so my partner shows up with king and 1 of hearts and a total of 4 high card points, combined with my 21. That's 25. My left-hand opponent opened, so they have the vast majority of what's left, and they've led the king of diamonds. It looks to me like I have, with finesses marked to not be working, it looks to me that I have 2 spade losers, 2 diamond losers, and 1 club loser. And so I think, and they lead the king of diamonds, which the robots lead from ace king. So okay, they are undeterred by the play of the queen. Club discard from East makes me think that I should just try and make my contract here, not take any finesses. So I have 4 more trumps, 2 aces for 6, and 1 more club, which would give me my contract. So I had 7 trumps. As long as they break no worse than 4-2, that should be safe. Aha. That is less good now. Well, I made my contract there, but don't think I played that particularly well.
Okay, so on this board, I took a bit of a unilateral decision, I guess, and just jumped to 3 new trumps, and 1 diamond came around to me. And it's a position I've had so many times in my life that it's quite interesting. I mean, obviously, I said at the time I could look really silly when they catch 6 diamonds against me, and I believe the technically correct way to bid a hand is to double and then bid 2 hearts. And I think that's what you did at your table, right?
Well, so I wasn't sure whether the technically correct way was to double and then queue, or double and then bid 2 hearts, but I doubled and bid 2 hearts.
Yeah.
And my partner showed incredible prescience by passing that. I had a monster, as you did, at 21 points, but it did have queens and jacks, and it wasn't totally solid. And I just figured my opponent on the left had opened, and the finesses were marked to fail and whatever. So I took slightly the low road, I guess. And my partner
clearly you did very well. You made 2 hearts, right? No problem.
I made 2 hearts. I just made it. I don't think you can actually make more.
No, probably not. I was hoping that maybe you would get too high in some way. Now, I mean, there are several aspects on this hand, if I can mention some of them. I mean, the hand, as you say, is very queeny and jacky, and I'm not sure that double followed by a heart bid actually shows as much as 21. And the thing is that sooner or later I might have to suggest no trumps anyway, because hands like these tend to play best in 3 new trumps. For example, the queen and the opponent's suit, if it's going to do any work at all, is more likely to do something good in 3 new trumps. In a hard contract, it's never going to score a trick. So that's one consideration. And my diamond stop is not going to get better just because I wait a couple of rounds. So that's one consideration. Another practical consideration, I think, is that if I bid like this, they might think that actually I do have diamonds quite well stocked. So against human, they might actually misdefend. They may not even lead diamonds or give me a cheap diamond trick. But there is one more consideration, if I may mention it. Say that your partner has about 2 useful kings. Say he's got the king of something and the king to 3 diamonds. What happens now, if I bid it like you did, is the partner is going to be forced to bid 2 new trumps over my 2 hearts. And that worries me a little bit about wrong-siding the diamonds. You see, if it's played from the north hand and West has open on ace-jack to 6 diamonds, ace-jack to 5 diamonds, the difference in getting a lead through my queen-10 of diamonds is massive. So, I mean, I think I was always going to bid 3 new trumps at the table, but I said I could look really, really stupid. Now, I don't have a problem looking stupid. I've looked stupid my whole life, so that's fine by me. Anyway, well done you for taking the low road.
Nick makes some very good points there about the reasons he should bid 3 no trump. The one he forgot to mention is that if he'd made a different choice, we'd have been inundated with messages from people asking, who is this guy and what have you done with the real Nick Sandqvist? So that result gives another 7 imps to Rajath, who's now beginning to develop quite a convincing lead. There's a lot of good stuff still to come in this challenge, so to avoid the video becoming overly long, we're going to split it into 2 parts. Part 2 will be with you very soon. If you'd like to have the opportunity to take part in a challenge against an expert and to support the work that we're doing at New Tricks, visit www.patreon.com/ntbridge for details of how you can become a patron.